Imagine discovering your ex-wife, the woman who destroyed your marriage, is now working inside your own company, sabotaging your biggest deals from within. That's exactly what happened to Brandon Mitchell when he realized Jessica wasn't just trying to ruin his personal life anymore. She was systematically destroying his business empire. But what she didn't know was that Brandon had been 3 steps ahead all along. Brandon Mitchell had built his construction company from the ground up over 15 years. After his divorce from Jessica Cooper 18 months ago, he thought the worst was behind him. She'd taken half his personal assets, but his business remained intact, or so he believed. The first red flag came during a routine Monday morning meeting. Tyler Brooks, his project manager, walked into Brandon's office with a grim expression. "We lost the Henderson Plaza contract," Tyler announced, dropping the folder on the desk. "Outbid by exactly $300. Brandon frowned. The Henderson Plaza was a $12 million project they'd been pursuing for months. 300? How was that even possible? "That's the fourth time this quarter," Tyler continued. "Someone's been undercutting our bids by razor-thin margins. It's like they know our exact numbers." A chill ran down Brandon's spine. In the construction industry, bid information was sacred. Only his inner circle had access to those figures. He opened the folder and studied the competitor's proposal. The company name made his blood freeze. Cooper and Associates Construction. Cooper. When did this company start operating? Tyler checked his notes. About 6 months ago. New outfit, but they're aggressive. They've been targeting our biggest projects specifically. Brandon's jaw tightened. Cooper was Jessica's maiden name. It couldn't be a coincidence. That evening, Brandon sat in his home office, connecting dots that painted a terrifying picture. He pulled up public business records on his laptop. Cooper and Associates Construction was registered 4 months after their divorce finalized. The business address matched a building 3 blocks from his own office. His phone buzzed with a text from Nathan Reed, his attorney and longtime friend. "Drinks tonight? Need to discuss something important." They met at Murphy's Bar, a dimly lit establishment where Brandon often conducted informal business. Nathan's expression was serious as he slid into the booth across from Brandon. "I've been doing some digging," Nathan began, without preamble. "You remember asking me to keep tabs on Jessica's activities post-divorce?" Brandon nodded. After Jessica's vindictive behavior during their separation, he'd wanted to ensure she wasn't planning any surprises. "She's been busy, very busy. Cooper and Associates isn't just competing with you, they're specifically targeting your contracts. But here's the kicker. She's not working alone." Nathan pulled out a manila envelope and slid it across the table. "Your executive assistant, Sarah Chen, has been feeding Jessica information. Bank records show regular payments from Cooper and Associates to an account in Sarah's name." Brandon's stomach dropped. Sarah had been with his company for 3 years. She had access to everything: bid documents, client communications, project timelines. "How long?" Brandon asked, his voice barely controlled. "At least 4 months, maybe longer." Nathan leaned forward. "Brandon, she's not just trying to steal your contracts. She's systematically destroying your reputation. Look at page 3. Brandon flipped through the documents. His blood pressure spiked as he read. Sarah had been sharing confidential client information, project delays, even internal disagreements between departments. Jessica was using this intelligence to poach his clients and spread rumors about his company's reliability. "She's playing the long game," Nathan explained. "Destroy your business credibility, then swoop in to capture your market share. By next year, Cooper and Associates could be the dominant firm in the region, while Mitchell Construction becomes a cautionary tale." Brandon closed the folder, his hands trembling with rage. "How did you discover this?" "Private investigator. Cost a fortune, but worth every penny." Nathan's expression softened. "Brandon, she's not just your ex-wife anymore. She's a competitor who wants to watch you burn." The next morning, Brandon arrived at his office with crystal clarity. He'd spent the sleepless night formulating a plan. Jessica thought she was playing chess while he played checkers. She was about to learn otherwise. Brandon had always been 3 moves ahead in business. When he started his company, he implemented security protocols that most small businesses never considered. Every computer in his office had monitoring software. Every document accessed was logged. Every email was archived. He'd never needed these safeguards until now. Brandon called Tyler into his office at precisely 9 a.m. "I need you to prepare a bid for the Riverside Shopping Center project," he instructed, handing Tyler a folder. "This is extremely confidential. Only share the details with Sarah for document preparation." Tyler looked confused. "Boss, we already submitted our Riverside bid last week." "This is a revised bid," Brandon replied smoothly. "New specifications came in. I want our proposal updated by end of day." What Tyler didn't know was that the revised specifications were completely fabricated. Brandon had created an elaborate fake bid, complete with inflated costs and deliberately inefficient construction methods. If Sarah shared this information with Jessica, Cooper and Associates would submit a proposal that made no economic sense. But Brandon's real masterstroke was more subtle. Embedded in the fake documents were specific phrases and technical specifications that only appeared in this version. If Jessica's company used any of these elements in their bid, it would be irrefutable proof of corporate espionage. Meanwhile, Brandon submitted his actual bid through Nathan's law firm, bypassing Sarah entirely. The real proposal was competitive, professional, and positioned to win. 3 days later, Brandon received a call that made him smile for the first time in months. "Mr. Mitchell?" The voice belonged to Rebecca Harrison, project manager for Riverside Shopping Center. "I wanted to personally thank you for your proposal. It's exactly what we were looking for." "I'm glad to hear that, Rebecca. I have to ask, though, did you see Cooper and Associates' submission? It was bizarre. They proposed using outdated construction methods that would cost 30% more than industry standard. We couldn't figure out what they were thinking." Brandon's smile widened. Sometimes competitors make unusual choices. "Well, their loss is your gain. Congratulations, you've won the contract." After hanging up, Brandon immediately called Nathan. "It worked. Jessica took the bait." "Beautiful," Nathan chuckled. "But that's just the appetizer. Are you ready for the main course?" Brandon had been patient, but now it was time to end this war definitively. The following Monday, Brandon called an emergency staff meeting. Sarah sat in the conference room, her expression carefully neutral, as Brandon stood at the head of the table. "I have an important announcement. Effective immediately, we're implementing new security protocols. All employee access to confidential documents will be monitored and logged." Sarah's face went pale, but she said nothing. "Additionally, I've discovered that sensitive company information has been leaked to competitors. We'll be conducting a thorough investigation." After the meeting, Sarah approached Brandon's office. "Mr. Mitchell, could I speak with you privately?" "Of course, Sarah. Please sit down." She closed the door and took a seat across from his desk. "About the security protocols, I want you to know that I've always been loyal to this company." "I appreciate your loyalty, Sarah. That's why this situation is so disappointing." Sarah's composure cracked slightly. "I'm not sure what you mean." Brandon opened his desk drawer and removed a thick folder. "Sarah, I know about the payments from Cooper and Associates. I know about the documents you've been sharing. I know everything." Sarah's face went white. I can explain." "I'm sure you can. But first, I want you to call Jessica and deliver a message." Sarah nodded frantically, desperate to salvage the situation. Tell her that Brandon Mitchell says thank you. Thank her for teaching me never to trust anyone completely. And tell her that her little company is about to face some very serious legal challenges. Sarah's hands shook as she reached for her phone. Within hours of Sarah's termination, Brandon's attorney filed a comprehensive lawsuit against Cooper and Associates for corporate espionage, theft of trade secrets, and intentional interference with business relationships. The evidence was overwhelming. Months of documented information theft, client poaching, and fraud. But Brandon's most devastating move was yet to come. He discovered that Jessica had been operating Cooper and Associates without proper licensing for specialized commercial construction. In her haste to steal his business, she'd overlooked crucial regulatory requirements. Brandon's complaint to the state licensing board resulted in an immediate investigation. Jessica called him that evening, her voice shaking with rage. "You bastard," she hissed. "You set me up." "Hello, Jessica," Brandon replied calmly. "How's business?" "You know exactly how business is. The state shut down my operations pending investigation. My clients are fleeing. You've destroyed everything I built." Brandon leaned back in his chair. "Jessica, you destroyed everything you built. I just made sure the authorities knew about it." "This isn't over," she threatened. "Actually, it is." Brandon's voice hardened. "Your company violated federal laws regarding corporate espionage. Sarah is cooperating with authorities in exchange for reduced charges. You're facing criminal prosecution, not just civil penalties." The line went quiet. "Did you really think you could destroy my business without consequences?" "I've been building this company for 15 years. I didn't survive by being naive. I just wanted—" "You wanted revenge. You got it. But not the kind you expected." 6 months later, Cooper and Associates was liquidated to pay legal fees and settlement costs. Jessica faced criminal charges for corporate espionage and was prohibited from operating in the construction industry for 5 years. Sarah received probation and was required to pay restitution. Brandon's company, meanwhile, experienced its most profitable year ever. The Riverside Shopping Center project was completed ahead of schedule and under budget, leading to 3 additional major contracts. On a quiet Friday evening, Brandon sat in his office reviewing the latest quarterly reports. Tyler knocked on the doorframe. "Boss, I have to ask, when did you know about Sarah?" Brandon looked up from his paperwork. "I suspected something was wrong when we started losing bids, but I knew for certain when Jessica named her company Cooper and Associates. She was never subtle about her intentions." "So you planned the whole thing? The fake bid, the monitoring software, everything?" Brandon smiled. "Tyler, I learned a long time ago that the best defense is preparation. When Jessica decided to wage war on my business, she didn't realize she was fighting someone who'd already considered every possible attack." "That's cold, boss." "Jessica taught me to be cold, but she also taught me to be careful. This company survived because I never stopped thinking 3 moves ahead." Tyler shook his head in admiration. "Remind me never to cross you." Brandon chuckled. "Just remember, loyalty goes both ways. Take care of this company, and it'll take care of you." As Tyler left, Brandon turned to look out his office window at the city skyline. Somewhere out there, Jessica was probably plotting her next move, but for the first time since their divorce, Brandon wasn't worried about what she might do next. He'd learned the most important lesson of all. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even, it's being prepared for anything your enemies throw at you. The war was over, but Brandon Mitchell had emerged stronger, smarter, and completely untouchable. Have you ever had someone from your past try to sabotage your professional life? What would you do if you discovered a former partner was systematically trying to destroy everything you'd built? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story of strategic revenge and business warfare, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Hidden Hearth for more intense stories of betrayal, justice, and sweet vindication. We've got new stories every week that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Thanks for watching.